Hey everybody. All right. Another week in the books for Ruby Call. So thanks for hopping on. It's always good to chat with you guys and just hear where everybody's at. So my thought today is let's just get a red dot. I would actually love to hear if you can pop if you already did your post audit, throw it in the chat here. Oh, we were talking about the Be Your Own Doctor book, books, I should say. It actually references taking Plexus in that book for Lyme specifically. But anyways, if you guys could put your post audit in, so we're going from last Tuesday, which would have been the 11th, up through today, which is the 18th. And if you did try the crazy challenge that the Jules decided to throw out to each other, and then I, on a whim, was like, well, actually, if we're going to do it, we might as well just see who of our leaders and who of our sharers, new or old, is willing to try it also. So I actually want to hear your debrief on if you tried that, what you noticed, or if you're just trying to post more, what you've noticed. It's just that as Jules, we've noticed that there's a correlation between posting and recruitment. And obviously not always the case in every case, but what we're noticing is a lot of the people that post and have a really solid social media presence, and not just Plexus posts, but a social media presence of some sort. It seems like the frequency of posting definitely correlates and ties into the on the recruitment end of things. Just something that we've noticed. And also, it might also be that the people that are posting and posting a lot and having high recruitment are also having a lot of conversations. So there might be other factors that are influencing. It's not only posting, but posting is a piece. And I think we all have noticed since, well, August, September timeframe, that posting more about the GLP-1 boosting supplements that we have in Plexus has caused more people to come to us, and which I think is what we all prefer. So anyways, I will stop talking and I will let you guys share what you noticed about posting more, what you if you tried the one a day real post live and call to comment, what you've noticed. I'm curious. Or if you just want to share a regular red dot, that's totally fine too.
I can go. I'm really glad I decided to do this because I mean, I post a lot. I felt like I was good, but this, like, actually, I'm probably just going to keep doing it because I felt like I was more organized with it because I knew exactly what I was doing. And it gave me, like, I typically just kind of go on a whim. And I felt like I was thinking about it the day before. I was really strategic with what I was doing. Like, so I felt like I'm going to continue to do this because I felt way more organized and not being on social media like all the time. Like, I just have been going for a purpose, doing it, and
Mm-hmm.
then I comment. I do all the things, but then I'm able to just go back into what I really need to be doing, and I don't sit there and scroll trying to figure out what I'm going to post and think about, like, I don't get caught up in it. So I'm just way more intentional. I'm going to keep doing it. Honestly, I think it's been really, really good.
Love
I'll
that.
piggy I'll piggyback off of what she's saying, off what Lisa was saying, because I think I don't think this. I know I'm an overthinker. And so when I have more time and I'm like, oh, just posting once a day, I have more time to think about it and overthink it. And then now with when I stay busy, I just have to be efficient and just do it and knock it out and not worry if it's perfect or if I'm gonna say the right thing. Like today I just popped on live and it was like nothing. So I think the more that we do it, the less like brain work it takes. So I'm gonna keep doing it too. I've enjoyed it. I've never posted so much about the business before. So I'm gonna keep doing it too.
Oh, that's a win. Awesome.
I'm going to throw in, I had my team doing this too. So, like, I have a group message for we started it last month for all the rank ups. And so I've just flipped it over to the November rank ups. So I have my team doing this too. Um, some of them not as probably consistency, but it's way more than they were doing. And I'm seeing that. So I felt like I'm going to continue that as well, because I think that's growing them into a whole different social media presence for themselves like they didn't have before. Especially there's a few of them like I'm like, wow, like I'm taking notes. They're doing awesome. So love it.
Anything that we do, we teach. Always, 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 because as a leader that in network marketing, like we always want to be duplicating ourselves. Okay, I've got to mute real quick, but keep talking, everybody.
Somebody tell me how you come up with your posts about the business. That's been my biggest struggle.
Hey, Wendy, sometimes I cheat and I use ChatGPT and just say, hey, what should I post today about the business? And then sometimes I'll just have a picture, like I was doing a vendor event. And of course, I did 2 posts about that. So I don't know. I think it just takes the guesswork out of it when you're forced to do it and you don't have time to think about it. But use ChatGPT for just ideas for like a content calendar, like not to maybe necessarily write it because it wants to sound like you, but it can give you ideas of like how to talk to your ideal customer, if that helps.
That helps a lot.
I was scrolling through my notes here because I had saved some stuff that had some really good prompts for posting about the business. But I know for myself, sharing how it's helped us in specific instances, sharing the things about the company that I love, which is easy for me because when I was very against network marketing, and when I went in and grilled Justin on the compensation plan, we were just so shocked that there was a company set up this way. It was not what I expected it to be. And then, the benefits, the ways that it's helping our family in that, all the other ways to make money, all the other jobs that I've had before were a time for money trade. If I went back into any of them, it would take me away from my kids and take me away from my family and probably not make me as much. But even if it did, it would be tied to hours and hours of my time, commute time on top of the actual time invested. So, talking about it in the light of, family friendliness and the preciousness of the time with my kids and how I want to contribute without losing that or deprioritizing that. So those are some common themes that I tend to post about as far as the business goes.
And I'll add one more thing, like just paying attention to like everyone who is struggling, and especially at Christmas time, like I think posting into those pain points is a good idea too, like earning extra Christmas cash and not having to take another like DoorDash job or another 8 to 5 that you don't really have time for. And so kind of like paying attention to what's going on in the world too. It gives you some ideas. So
Yeah, those are all such great ideas. For me, business posts, I typically source from someone else. So I don't know if you saw when I popped on, oh yeah, I decided to do a live. What day was that? Thursday or something? But I had seen Marianne had done a live and I loved her key points. Or was it, I think it was a live, yeah. But I just used her verbiage even that was on the top of her video and I tweaked it obviously to make it mine because her story is not the same as mine. Like she started for the business. I did not. But so I tweaked it and then I went live and but posted all that in the in the header of the live. But one thing that I do a lot is source old posts. So I always try to go look in my memories because to me that's like at least one easy post a day that you've already done. And for me, it's either usually something I'm repurpose or whatever reusing about family, homeschooling, health slash products or the business. And I try to even if I'm not going to use them right then, I'll go copy and paste them and text them to myself and I'll resave the photo, or I'll just use a different photo. But I also like looking at Alita, Jordan Roddenberry, Marianne, of course. There's several people that I like. Maybe Jill Renfro. I haven't looked at hers in a while. Oh, Joanna. Just people that are like in the trenches and like posting a lot still, just to get ideas. Because to me, even if I can get just a little prompt or an idea, then I can make it my own really fast, really easily. And for me, the brain space piece is probably the hardest thing. So, anyways, before I say more about my thoughts on it, who else has something they want to share about the challenge? Did you guys notice that you posted less in your stories, or did you keep up with stories? Just curious.
I can go. No, I have not kept up with my stories, but I was just thinking today, oh, I just need to grab something from a post I've already done and pop it in my stories.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm not doing the 4 specific, but I did start committing. Okay, midway last month, I thought I need to try the more posting thing. And what that taught me is that I have gotten out of the habit of posting 3 to 4 times a day. So that was a good learn. So this last week, I committed to at least doing 20 posts through the week. And I really appreciate what Angie shared last week about the fact that people are not going to your wall most of the time. So, not to feel weird or whatever if every other post is a Plexus post, because they're probably not seeing it that way. They're probably just seeing it in their feed. That was very encouraging to me. I did not get enough posts up through the week to hit that 20 mark, but I was determined to do it. So I did, which required 4 posts on Saturday, 3 posts on Sunday. I do not care for posting on the weekends, so I did cut myself some slack in that I did not prime every single post, especially on Sunday. I'm a little bit of a perfectionist, I think, about feeling like I have to prime every single post. I did not for the weekend, and I did it, and I didn't die, and really giving myself permission just to post and not have it be perfect on Sunday in particular was really nice, because I didn't feel like it interrupted my Sabbath. I really, really need and appreciate that time of just stepping away from the business and, jumping back in on Monday. But just giving myself permission just to post and pop right back off social media was not so bad. I still felt like I had that rest and that break. So that was just interesting to observe. I did get one person that contacted me. So that's really interesting. A brand new prospect out of the blue. I need to go stir that pot because she's gone silent on me. But yeah, that was exciting and interesting. And I am so ready to recruit more. So I'm going to be working on this for a while, because we know it usually takes a while, a good 90 days to really see how this is going. And I am doing some of the GLP 1 posts sprinkled throughout.
So
Melody.
Gretchen, I think I saw a couple of your posts actually over the weekend in just quick scrolls that I was doing, and I don't always see your things. But a couple of those, I don't know what they were, but I remember thinking at the time, it's like, oh, look, hey, there's a couple things that Gretchen's posting. So it's so weird how Facebook decides who and how often and the timeline, that they're going to share your posts in the world.
Mm-hmm.
I can tell that a couple of mine from a week ago just circulated in the last day or two. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. It's so
Just
weird.
now. Yeah. Yeah.
Or there'll be like an old post that not old, but like something that recirculates that had a lot of traction, and it's like another person comments on it and bumps it, which is great too. Melody says yes to talking pain points. Also thinking about what I'm looking for in an ideal leader and speaking to her. She uses a lot of content from Diamonds. Yeah, I agree with the pain point thing. I think appealing to people from an emotional level than always factual. I think that's important too, especially if you tend to lean more factual and less emotional. Or, sometimes it's good to mix it up and like vice versa. Because you never know what's like the one little thing that's going to be the hook for somebody. And then she said, oh, Victoria said, talking about how we get to choose who we're working with is powerful to a lot of people, I find. And then Melody popped Eva Schmidt's name and Joanna Miller. Yes, they're agreed on them. Melody says, I'm still not posting enough. You guys are going to have to hold me accountable. I need to get my backside moving. But the win I've had recently is I've had several reach out to me recently too, and that's been exciting.
I want to just tell Brooke that I made a Dutch baby because of her posts. So she's been posting more, and I have never had one in my whole life. And so I made one, and I made a reel about it. So yay. Thanks for that,
Fun.
Brooke.
I didn't see that post. Was it a live or a reel or what was it?
No, it was just a post. And I don't think about making videos until after it's all said and done. I'm like, dang, should have made a video. But no, I was trying to post more, and when I'm like, this is so boring. I just think I don't have much to say and that my life is really boring. And then I post that and I'm like, well, it's something, but I don't know. I get more comments on those kinds of things than I do Plexus. So I don't know.
That's
At
a
least I
good
know people are seeing things, but it's just, you know what I'm saying? It's like, if only they'd post on other things, but.
Well, they're seeing your other stuff though. And I think that's the thing. Like
Sure.
you want to have engaging non-Plexus stuff. And even though you think that's boring, your audience doesn't think it's boring though. So like revamp that thought because think about how many people don't stay home and they don't cook. Like they're literally feeding their kids like fast food, beef sticks, granola bars, and whatever. I don't know. I don't know what they feed their kids, but I think for a lot of people, like even just things that we think are old hat or like what we do every day, people want to see, like they want to know like what we're doing. And it's kind of like the curiosity thing. I think people like little glimpses into our lives or our perspectives, little snippets and tidbits, but that's a good awareness though, that you notice that you forget to take videos of the process. Because if you are more intentional about taking videos of the process, then you can easily like literally just like select multiple, throw it into a reel and just to change it up sometimes. Or you could go live. That's what I did with my lives because like, I felt like it weighed on me a little bit mentally. Like, oh, what am I doing a live about? So I like Lisa's idea of like thinking ahead. Hello, like that's such a wonderful thought. Think ahead so that you can pre-plan what you're going to share about, or sometimes it's on a whim. Maddie had made those sweet potato nachos for lunch after co-op. And so I was like, oh, that's what I'll do live about. Like, it's a little recipe. And I think people actually really appreciate recipes.
Mm-hmm.
So that might be one of your little like non-Plexus niches or whatever subjects that you post about, especially if you get a lot of interaction on those.
Yeah.
Well, I have something to say about that, Brooke. As someone who doesn't get to spend their days doing that, and they have to go to work every day and sit there all day long, okay? It's exciting to see that. And you will attract people that's like, oh my gosh, I want to be a stay-at-home mom. You know what I'm saying? You're going to attract people because they're watching some of your other things.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
And so it's not boring. It's like a goal. It's a goal. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
So keep doing that.
Yeah. Thank you. Thank you, friends.
What else did you notice anything else or have any other thoughts about posting more or?
I did, and I'm trying to figure out one. I wanted to. I hate going live, so I know I've just been pushing it off. However, I wanted to go live, and I'll just get your feedback on this. So the whole stuff about my dad, he got a scan yesterday, and everything has disappeared. It's a miracle. Like there's no evidence of anything. So I wanted to like hop on live yesterday when I found this out, but I was so emotional. I was just like, I'm gonna be like a basket case. Like I can't do like I had to like wrap my emotions around it because it was just so exciting. But I know people have been wondering and asking, and I'm like, oh my gosh, this is like a real life miracle. Like this is crazy. So anyway, that's my next. That's gonna be my live. I just have to do it.
Yes, do it. Oh my goodness. That's
Yeah.
incredible.
I feel like it would be exciting, but I don't know.
Well, and that's something that you can totally chime in our chats. Like, when there's something personal and like exciting news like that, like you can totally throw it in the chats because we will rejoice with you.
Yeah.
Sure.
Thank you.
I wanted to say something really quickly about the food thing that you just were talking about. I was trying to unmute, but for my phone, it's always a challenge.
No, it is.
Anytime I do food stuff, I get so much interaction. I posted yesterday about that carnivore coffee, and it has like 4,000 views on it already. Because people want to know, like you said, like they want to know the recipes, they want to know what you're talking about, what you're doing. Even if they're not carnivore or whatever, like people want to know what you're doing.
Food is such a daily thing too. And it's such a mental, not load, but like it takes brain space. And so sometimes, yeah, just hearing another idea or getting a fun little recipe, even if you're not carnivore or whatever eating plan, just to get another idea to make, Angie, did you have a red dot from the posting challenge?
Oh my word, my engagement is up crazy. But here's the thing. I don't know. I think I posted this in the Jewel chat, Megan, so I posted that challenge for my top 10 leaders. And every day I'm putting the poll. And the first couple days, like 2 people did it. And I held my tongue. I was like, why aren't you doing this? Well, so yesterday, Mary Graham posted, I didn't want to listen to what Angie had to say, but I did it. I haven't done it perfectly, but I've done it. And her engagement's up, like, according to what you can see your engagement from Facebook, it's up over 600%.
Whoa.
Yeah.
Is her engagement or your engagement or other people? I need to look at how to check that, but
yeah, tell us how to check it.
Yeah. Where is it?
Mine is, I can't tell you exactly how to do it because I don't remember. I just have to go on Instagram.
I think you have to be professional, and then you hit your professional dashboard.
Oh, okay.
Yes, that's where I see mine. But I feel like even before I was at professional dashboard, I could see something. I can't remember, but Amber, you might be exactly right. Mine is professional. And I went ahead and did my post audit. I don't know if you saw it. I posted it in the Ruby chat because I knew I was going to be driving. I couldn't look at it or text it to you guys. But there have been days, even for me, it's been a challenge to get the live done. And I find that when I wait till the later in the evening, then I'm scrambling. But I've gotten it done. So that's the last thing I have to do. But because it's Tuesday night, I'll be able to, am I frozen?
Nope.
Okay. I'll be able to do a live while I'm there with my people. We're making Christmas ornaments tonight, Plexus Christmas ornaments. So
fun.
I'll be able to do that. So I feel like my red dot, it has been a challenge to do lives every day, but I've done them and I feel like I want to keep doing it. I like, for me personally, like I like pushing myself. I think today I might have already posted like 8 times.
Yeah.
And I have a lot of engagement going.
Okay, that's a good sign. I was curious if you guys are noticing, not just the report on the engagement, but if you're noticing like likes and comments, because mine is down. Mine is down and I'm not sure why. And I don't know if it's just because I'm typically like a poster, I go live sometimes, but it's usually in my stories. And I do make reels every so often. Like I feel like my strength zone is posting and trying to stick with this I feel like I'm in a straitjacket because there's things I want to post about, but I'm like, oh, nope, I've got to do a live, or nope, I've actually got to make this into a reel, which I know this is not like a legal thing, but trying to stick with the plan and also not be inefficiently, making other posts that don't correlate to what we're our challenge. So it's interesting to me because like a quick scroll on my wall and like nothing, I don't think anything today has gotten much engagement at all. So it's interesting.
Well, also, I mean, I'm just throwing ideas out there. Is that I do a lot more than just those 4. And Allie was like, I get so nervous doing lives. I'm like, do you remember my very first live I did 10 years ago? I looked, Megan is already laughing. It was horrifying. I'm like, the more you do it, the more you do it, the better you get. And I told her, I'm like, whatever you're doing in your stories, just do that on your wall. Like, talk about it. It doesn't have to be long. And she's like, but you can edit it. And I'm like, I know, but now you're scared. So whatever you're scared of, Megan says, whatever you're scared of, that's what you have to do.
Yes. Yeah. Okay. So I've just been thinking, I mean, I'm doing this till Thursday because that's what us as Jules decided on, that we were doing the challenge thing. Totally went off the rails this weekend. I think I did probably 50%. I think I didn't get to the reels and the lives, but interesting. Like, I feel like it brings good awareness, and this is not like a shame thing. I think it's just good to notice the emotions, notice what's easy about it, notice what's hard about it. If you haven't been posting as much, even just the frequency piece, getting our teams to do it, like, I view it as a win, and it's obviously not gospel, but I'm just curious, like, what actually drives the most, like, my thought is always, what can I post to make the most engagement? And I feel like prior to the challenge, that's always my goal. And so especially in my non-plexus posts, I want it to be engaging. And I don't know if it's, back-to-back posts that don't get engagement. I would say my call to comments have typically been getting good engagement, except today. I got like one comment. That's it. Not even a like, one comment. And I don't know if it's just because it was only words and it wasn't like a background on it. I don't know. There's different things that influence that, I suppose. So interesting things that we're noticing. But yeah, I think that engagement is definitely key. And then creating conversations from that. Okay, who has not shared yet? Anybody else? Laura, did you want to say anything about, or anybody else want to chime something in?
Can I say something about the posts?
Yeah.
I monetized my Facebook page just to see what it would do. And I'm a poster, like I like to write more than do the lives and all the things. And I make more money off posts than I do reels and lives. So it's interesting, like if your interaction is posting, I wonder if that's like in photos. So I don't know if that means anything, or if that's just because that's what I usually do.
Yeah, I wonder if it's woven into the algorithm of what I normally do. I mean, I don't know how expensive the algorithm is. It seems like this weird mystery that nobody knows. It's just an experimental thing, but it's something I've noticed. Like, I feel like
I've also noticed things that I like if I want to monetize it, it needs to be created on Facebook and not pushed over from Instagram. But I don't have that. I don't have that in me. So I just push things over unless it's a written post. So I don't know. It's interesting though, because I'm more of a poster than a liver or anything, but.
Yeah. Well, and the other thing too, that's probably hurting me is like, I don't choose to have the bandwidth to prep my posts, like, ever, hardly ever. And I don't really do a lot of connecting on social media. So the majority of what I do is interact with the posts, the engagements that I get in my posts. And I haven't seemed to have an issue with getting people commenting, liking, all that. And then I engage in the post and it bumps it more. So anyways, and maybe it's one of those things, like if I'm going to be consistently going live or going consistently doing reels, that I definitely need to prime the posts and the reels or whatever, the lives, before I do it. So it's an experiment for sure.
One of the lives that I did was with Ann Howard. You know how we used to do that frequently, like a couple summers ago, I did the 30-day thing. where every day for 30 days I brought someone on live,
Mhm.
and it got shared 5 times. Doesn't have
Yeah.
a lot of comments, but I mean, she shared it, so there's one, but it got shared 4 times outside of me and Ann.
Mm-hmm. Well, I thought of that too when I was thinking about lives. It was like, what else could I talk about that would possibly, be interesting? So yeah, I do need to do like supplement. I want to go live again about supplements. I do that periodically anyways. I just open my supplement cabinet. I'm mixing up my stuff, talking about it. So that's been on my brain. Also, Jessica Hugendorn has had some really great content recently that I feel like sometimes you
Yes.
just pull a little snippet from and share. Yeah, Gretchen.
I just wanted to ask Angie real quick. Do you, like when you're posting 8 posts a day, do you prime before every post? Do you prime before some?
I prime before the ones that I actually do live, so to speak, like because I have a professional dashboard, I have 2 to 3 in my hopper already scheduled for tomorrow. So I do that almost every day. And then I kind of know, like, I try to do like 6 a.m. is my first one that goes out. Then I do like 10, then I do one in the afternoon. So I kind of know those time frames that I have those, but then the other things are just kind of sporadic. And I do, like, in my mind, I'm like, oh, I've got a post that's coming out. I need to go in and prime a little bit. And if I do it right then and there, like I'm just going to throw something up, then I definitely prime.
Interesting.
Those. And I mean, I know it definitely takes time, but I know that it does move the algorithm. And I'm getting messages from Facebook or whatever, however they do it. I don't know, like you're a top engager, you're a top something contributor or something like that, to where that does make a difference. And when they recognize you, you know what I mean? Then it's like, oh, they're going to let more people see your posts.
Mm-hmm. I think
my friend,
oh, go ahead.
My friend Melissa was like, I saw that you posted something 2 days ago. I've never even seen it, but she saw several other things. And she's like, when did you post such and such? Because I didn't even see that. And, she's like, I haven't been priming very well. So, I mean, there is something to it. I mean, everybody has to decide, I guess, what they're willing to do, and, kind of figure that out. I'm not saying I wouldn't spend all day. Today, I've been super busy and haven't been able to really prime hardly at all. But I'm getting some good engagement on stuff that's there. And I think that's because the algorithm is moving in my favor because I have been doing it, but I just really haven't today.
Mm-hmm. Well, and this is something else I was going to mention, the post live stories, not stories, post live reels, all the comments, that's all belief building for our teams also. So I think when we are showing up and talking more about the products, sharing more testimonies, sharing health stuff, sharing about the business opportunity, doing call to comment. So like they're actually engaging with our posts, it's going to feature our stuff in their news feeds also. And so that's something else I'm always trying to be ultra aware of, especially when, okay, so for example, people that are on our teams that no longer, share about the products, but they still have a check. They still collect a check because they have, a gold team, a senior gold, a ruby team, whatever under them. So some things I've encouraged them sometimes is like, how could it be instead of all or nothing? How could it be something? So like, even just because, I'm assuming they want to maintain at least what they have, like maintain their paycheck. So I just encourage them like, what about popping up a post once or twice a week? I mean, for the amount of money that you're getting paid to make, 4 posts or 6 posts or 8 posts a month, it'll help encourage your people and it'll remind them at some level you're still engaged somewhat, which that doesn't always work. Well, but it's an idea.
That just reminds me when you said that about, people that are on our team that aren't really doing it anymore. Since I've upped my game with this posting, I have a level 1 gold and a level 2 senior gold. Longer. They're commenting on my stuff. They're newsfeed is showing up in my newsfeed over and over again, and I haven't even been engaging with them outside of my own posts. I hadn't even thought about that until you just said that.
Interesting.
Yeah.
I also think it gives people that are sharing more ideas of what they could post about, what they could share about. So I definitely think that there's multitudes of benefits to it. Yesterday I had a couple of pockets, not a couple. I like intentionally set aside a couple pockets, one right before supper and one right after supper. I just was like, I've got to go catch up with the messages, you guys. Like, there's sometimes like where I pop in and I'm doing like a little tiny fraction of the work, and then it's like the iceberg. Like, there's a whole bunch of other things that I'm not keeping up with. And so I was just like, all right, you guys get to have the kitchen. You guys, hey babe, can you manage, bath time and bedtime prep and things like that? So I can just tap in. Helpful. So whoever needs to hear that, it's okay to delegate and just specifically say, I need 30 minutes. Can you give me 45 minutes? Can I take an hour? And so what I did was I tapped in with a lot of my new customers. I think that's what I did. What I did was I went through my message inbox. There was people that had reached out to me in the beginning of November that were wanting more information on getting started, and I missed those. So whoever needs to hear, like, go back in your inbox. And then I went back in three-way messages because I have newer-ish people that threw me in three ways and, engaged, but then they kind of fell flat. So like popping back in those, and it just takes time, right? Intentionality to like swing back into those. So for whatever that's worth, that kind of stuff. Oh, and then the other thing was I made another list for prospects. So I don't know if you guys go in fits and spurts of this too, but I talk to people and then forget to swing back around, and then I forget who I talked to. So I made another little list of new potentials that I'm chatting with per conversations, and just swinging back into my inbox. So anywho, something that I think I threw that in the chats last night too. I just had a little bullet point list. Yeah, because sometimes it's just like you have this on the back of your brain, like, oh, I need to go get to that. And then it's like the day ends and you're like, oh my word, it's, because I don't like to let messages sit there. And then too long, I like interact with the top people that have messaged me. And then there's like a whole bunch of unanswered peeps. And I don't ever want to like miss people. I did want to mention Thursday, November 20th. Did you guys see that? I'm doing a business messenger event. I think you probably saw it it's on Momentum Makers and One Team. I threw it in the chats also, but that's a great opportunity to get your new shares on. And then we're going to, when that closes out, when that event finishes, so that's 7:30 Central on Thursday evening this week. And then we're funneling everybody into, if they want to share, then we're going to host a GLP-1 event Saturday morning at 11 a.m. Central. It's called The Real Skinny on Wellness. So it'll be an opportunity for anybody that is sharing, starting to share, willing to share. We'll teach how to utilize that event on Saturday morning. And I'm doing a one-day in-person workday. I said it was a retreat. I maybe shouldn't have called it a retreat because I hope people aren't like expecting like fancy and bells and whistles. Like, it's just me and people that want to come and hang out and work together. I mean, I will have food and I will do my best to make it fun, but the vibe might be a little different than other retreats that we've hosted. So I'm just saying, probably 9:30-ish to 4. And so we'll have some guided things we'll be doing, but the 11 a.m. thing will be definitely something that we'll be working towards and working on, not just Saturday, but leading up to that too. So I wanted to mention that before I forgot.
Okay. So for clarity, you are doing that on this Saturday at your retreat. You're hosting a GLP-1 event?
Yes, it is. It is a messenger event. So the Thursday night messenger event is going to lead into the Saturday morning event. I'm hosting it, but I'm not posting it.
Okay.
So
an
assistant is doing that for me.
Messenger event at 11. Okay. Got it. Okay.
But we can definitely all weave that in to Saturday morning.
100%. Okay. So I won't be able to be on Thursday night, but I've got a couple people I want to try to really plug into that event. You posted that in the Ruby chat thread, how to join it type of thing?
Yep. And it's
Okay.
on the One Team and Momentum Makers.
Okay.
Like the scoop is all laid out with the link. Yep.
Perfect. I'll go look for that.
One thing I want to do is I'm going to send the graphic, the fast start graphic. Okay, there's one that's floating around that's not correct and it's low. It's like the normal fast start. The November fast start, the actual accurate one, they make, I need to double check that and really look at it, but it's like, isn't it 460 for their first 3? So I'm going to send that graphic to like all of the new people. I don't know if you guys can see, but like I have the board and all those Post-its are new peeps. And so I'm going to send them the graphic and just say, hey, because I've chatted a lot with a lot of them about products and getting started. And I have made myself ask them about the business that we're sharing or things like that. Most of it has kind of fell flat, but I'm going to throw the graphic out to them because like that is cash. Like that's some legit cash this month. And so I'm going to pop that out to them and just say, hey, do you have any interest in doing this month with me? And then I'll funnel them into the Thursday night thing. So also, do you guys, okay, we're mid-month. So today is the 17th. So it's kind of the time of the month when everyone starts to doubt on their goals and they're maybe starting to feel like they're floundering. If not us, there are people like our new sharers and stuff. So definitely don't forget to shout your people out. I've been trying to keep things up to date on the recruitment end of things and the development end of things, just to be keeping to shout people out on that. And so little encouragements to people that are sponsoring, like that is the work. I always remember Genevieve talking about that. That is the work. And sponsoring people yourself, because all of us need to be working towards earning the November cash. And so I have to actually go back and revisit the goals. Like I have them written down here on my board. So obviously I have people and their numbers, but Justin got his last level 1 for icon. He just needs 1 senior silver and then he'll hit icon. I need 3 level 1s on my reentry to snag that Christmas cash this month. Justin already got the 3. So now I'm working on just adding on my reentry basically. And so I have 1, I need 2 more. And I need 2 senior silvers. And so I'm working really hard to help Jody hopefully go senior silver, and mystery person, maybe one of the new people. I'm not sure. But does anyone else want to share like what their goals are and what they're working on? I think it's helpful to talk it out.
I need 2 senior silvers.
Okay.
Same. It's the senior silver.
I just feel like these are feelings. I'm just saying them, but it's a private area where we're talking here. I feel like I'm beating my head up against the wall sometimes. And when I look at that $460 for just getting 3, like honestly, even if I could get some more level 1 silvers, fine. I would be okay with giving up the icon by December 31st. Really hard for me to say because I don't like to miss these contests or whatever. But I'm like, at this point, that's kind of a carrot. Like, I want more level 1 freaking business builders. And I ever since the cruise, and we had that conversation with Jessica, like I'm asking everyone.
Mm-hmm.
I even have a woman who's like in her 70s who told me, she told me that but she's like, I want to try the products first. I've done a lot of sales. And your life looks like so much fun. I want to do this. I sent her the graphic about the money she could earn. She's like, oh, that looks amazing. I told her about the whatever leaders retreat, and she's like,
she's still thinking about it. That's what Wendy says. She's still thinking about it. Okay, so knowing that's what you want, have you shifted anything about your process to take action in that direction to find and develop more business builders?
Well, I feel like I'm talking, I'm talking more about the business. And there's three people right now that I'm like doing everything, giving them every idea to get, make a post, ask your mom, whatever. Um, and I feel like just posting more about the business, talking more about how much, how fun the business is, and asking the question, what would 500, I mean, even just the $500, like, I'm not going to talk to them about senior silver yet, but I'm like, what would $500 do for you this month? Like, if you could earn that between now or almost $500
Mhm.
between now and what do we have left? 10, 11 days left in the month, 12. I'm like, and one girl did respond to me. I haven't had a chance to talk to her tonight, but I talked to her earlier and I was like, what would that do? And she finally did respond to me to say that that would help me tremendously.
Oh, so you're asking that in private conversations?
Yes.
Okay.
I
Have
mean,
you
I
gone,
did.
have you gone live about the income yet? Or your
No, but
business?
I guess that's my challenge for tonight, right?
You go check out mine. I did like a spin off of Marianne's. There might be some little, sometimes it's just little what does Carissa call those? Word or sound bites. Like a little sound bite or just ideas of like something that you want to incorporate in what you're talking about. Um, that's yeah, I think that lives about the business. And then Jessica always says like we've got to be posting that graphic. So I think we have to keep posting the graphic because you just never know. And then also share the live that you do on Facebook Wall into your team page and into your team chats and things like that. Inspire your team to do the same thing, to go live about the business. I still remember like there's people that have come to us because of a live video about the business, and we don't do them all that often, but I think it's the key is more conversations about it. You just never know. That's the crazy thing about this income or this business is like we just don't know. That's the algebraic equation, that x that we don't, or the y that we don't know.
Okay,
That
so the little sound bite, something that you just said, reminded me that I'm friends with this lady on Facebook, and it ended up like her husband is our UPS man. And I don't like, apparently she was showing her husband something about my post, and he's like, "Well, you know who that is? Like, I delivered to them at their business." And so come to find out she was adopted. So she was my guest on my podcast this morning.
oh wow.
And I met her for lunch last week. I gave her some samples and I said, "Hey, we were leaving the restaurant and because I hadn't mentioned it yet. And I was like, oh, hey, I brought you some samples. I want you to try these. And I would love to talk to you about the business aspect of Plexus because she's like all over social media all the time. And so I interviewed her yesterday. And then when she left here, she said she hadn't tried the products yet, but I agreed to meet her at the gym. Guys, I haven't been to a gym since, except for when I go to hotels and work out, because I always do it at home, since I was maybe when I first got married. I don't even know. That's how we just never have done the gym thing. So, anyways, I went with her today. She kicked my butt for 2 hours at the gym. I thought I was going to die. But anyway, when I got there, she goes, "Oh, hey, I made a Facebook post about trying your pink drink and how amazing it was." I didn't even ask her to. She's already done it. So I messaged her when I got back and I was like, "I saw that live you did. It's so amazing." Because she said on it, she goes, "If you want to try this, you should check out my friend Angie." I messaged her and I was like, excuse me, no, they can talk to you. I can help you and you can earn, like we've talked about, like little bits and pieces about the business aspect of this. And she did say, "Okay, well, send me some information. Let me think about it for a few days." So,
Wait, why does she have to think about it?
well, she doesn't know anything about it. Like all she sees is me posting. Like she doesn't really know anything about Plexus.
Okay, so she just has to keep doing what she's doing. She connects them to you, three-way message, and they sign under her. You
Yeah.
know what I mean? Because the reason she's having to think about it is because she doesn't know what to do or what to say, and she doesn't know that much about it. But if she's willing to keep posting and saying, "Try Angie's pink drink," no, 1,000%. Keep doing that. We don't
I
have
was
to
like, I beg people who've been taking it for months to make a post, and they're like, "Nah, I don't think so."
Well, did you guys see that little thing that I popped in the chats yesterday? I was sending, well, replies back. So I have gotten some like no thank yous, But then I replied back and just said in a voice message, my business runs off of referrals. Who do you know? So don't forget to use that little sound clip too, because even if it's a no, they can well, and just like Angie's girl, because they won't bat an eye about referring, I mean, a lot of people are success minded enough to be like, oh yeah, I'll connect you with anybody that I know that's on entrepreneur or dealing with health struggles. And I think that we need to also not be afraid or ashamed to tell people like, hey, my business runs off of referrals. Like I really am looking to expand, talking like, hey, I'm looking for I'm looking for more, maybe more is a better word, people that are going to do the business part. And so who do you know? And get people talking, like ask people that have told you no to the business, like even family members or close friends, like, hey, I know you're not overly, interested in doing Plexus with me, but like literally I'm looking to expand my network into anybody that needs the product, needs the business, who do you know? Like if you think about people or God brings some people to mind, like, can you just keep me posted or connect us so that we can meet? Because that would be cool. Oh, and then Gretchen, I'll ask Tina about that. Something she's created that she's super pumped about. If the GLP-1 event is like also a detox thing too. So yeah. Oh, Melody, that's a good idea to utilize your testimony page more. So I don't know if Melody's still on here. Nope, she left. I'll have to message her, but she should go live on her Facebook wall publicly and then share it into her testimony group. So she has two audiences, but also that she's being efficient with her time so that she doesn't have to do two lives. And it's also forcing her to go live on her wall where she's going to have a bigger audience, a wider audience, and then just share it into that private group. But sometimes we tend to feel a little safer when it's in a private group of people that we already know or at least intrigued about the products. So sometimes you just have to get used to exercising that muscle first. If it helps get it done quicker, then do it. But idea. Okay, what else?
So I'm going to challenge my people that come tonight to do the posting thing that we've been doing because a couple more are coming that haven't. When I did it for my team, it was just my top 10 leaders and only like the only one that comes on Tuesday nights, it's in my top 10 is my daughter. So I'm going to challenge them and I might even just take it down to 2 because some of them, like one woman said to me, because I ask her every week if she's coming. Sometimes she does. And here's what she said to me. Are we actually going to work? Or are we going to play? And I go, well, this is what we do. Like, this is what we do every time we celebrate food. Like we celebrate food together. We share testimonies. Sometimes we do a fun activity, which we're doing tonight, but we are always like, I'm giving you ideas on posting. I'm helping you in your back office. I'm challenging you to make posts. And I said, you actually have to do what I challenge you to do. Cause like, that's the work.
Right. Like actually doing it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And so of the ones that are coming, I mean, if I could get them to post a little bit more than what they're doing, like I'm going to give them an option. Here are the 4 things. You pick 2. One of them I mean, I feel like people have got to go live. I know, Megan, it's your nemesis and you're like, no, but some of these people, they don't do it. And I'm like, you can't post about Plexus once a week and wonder why you're not getting people.
Yeah. Well, and all of us are in a different stage than like the newest people. And if they have a reason, desire, pain point of why they need to make this business work, they can't use my excuse. Like, I mean, or anyone's excuse on, well, I don't want to go live or I don't want to do this. Like really, like if you're in a building stage and you're hungry, like you can't not take the challenge, whatever it is. Even if it's like, I'm willing to do half of the posting challenge, like do 2 out of 4. I mean, that's way more than they're already doing. I was curious because it's really apparent that there's way more committed people in the Ruby chat than the Gold Accountability chat. Like very, very few, if anybody, is doing the stuff in the Gold chat. And that's interesting to me. So I don't know if it's scary, if it's too much, but if people are just hardly ever posting. And so they feel like they have to do all four in order to participate. I don't really know why people aren't. Maybe I just need to ask. Like, hello, are you guys in here? I don't know.
Yeah. Well, I know one of the things that I heard from Brooke recently was that she's like, if you can't, like, with a couple new people that I've been talking with that tell me they want the business, but they won't do anything.
Mhm.
And she's like, if they won't watch a 3-minute video, like, stop trying to drag them kicking and screaming. And I was like, oh, that's so true. And sometimes I feel that way about some of the people that come. I love them all, but I'm like, I don't understand why you don't want to. I mean, I guess for me, like, I built my entire business basically through Facebook.
Mhm.
And I'm like, that's where my focus is. And one of my gals, she's like, I really want to come tonight, but, and she's been here once in like the last 2 months, but my job. And I'm like, girl, you need to quit that stupid job. And she goes, I know I need to work my Plexus business. And I'm like, there's a novel idea.
Mhm. I think the bottom line is they're fearful, or they aren't hungry enough, or their pain points aren't painful enough for them to embrace the discomfort of what it would actually take. And it's really more in their mind, because the action steps to even tap in a little bit and grow a tiny bit are not, it's not that much. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Lisa,
Well,
what
and
are you
the other
doing?
thing,
You're quiet. Tell us.
What am I doing? What
You've
am
been
I
killing
doing?
it. Tell us what you're doing.
Listen, I think I have probably 15 or more three-way chats going on right now with people just putting me in three-way chats. They're like brand new. Like yesterday, I'm like, you ever get that overwhelmed? I'm like, thank you, God. This is amazing. This is amazing. But I'm like, I was getting a little overwhelmed because I was like, it's, and I have to put in my mindset to one at a time. It's okay. Just prioritize. And they don't know that if I don't open them, they don't know that I've seen them yet. They don't know that. So like I've probably had 3 or 4 while we were sitting here this afternoon come through, like starting new groups, so I've got senior silvers that are just building some golds. Like I have a senior silver building to gold, and like she has a girl that just she posted, we did the packets. She had 40 some comments on that post. And so she put me in multiple 3-way messages because she's so brand new. She doesn't even know. Like, she doesn't even know. So it's such a good, I can't be upset because I'm teaching them. They're learning how to talk. And I can see that that's coming along, because before I can get in there to say anything, they are throwing the symptom chart in there already. And they're like, Lisa will get back to you when you have time, when she has time. Like, so it's going. And so we're seeing things happen. So it's so good. That is where all my time is going right now. And I'm not going to complain about that.
What did you say about the packets?
We did this little, I think I started it, and then everybody on my team is doing it. I just put it in a little pumpkin thing. It was in October, and I just put a bunch of different drink packets in there. And I said, guess how many? And somebody gets a 5-day, trial. And I mean, I brought in a ton of people from it. Like, and then all my people have been doing it, and they're just bringing it. It's like, they're bringing it together. I'm like, wow. But we put this senior silver, like, fixed it up for her girl, or took the picture of it, because she didn't have her samples yet. Like, she didn't have anything but triplex. She had like over 40 comments. Like, I have never had 40 comments on one thing. So she signed her first person up last night, and I've got like 10 messages to pop back into today from people that we were chit-chatting with last night. And we finally just shut it down because I was ready to sleep, and because they're so brand new, like you just said, so brand new to Plexus, like no clue what this is. They're just wanting to support this girl. Like they know, evidently, I keep seeing this. Like, I know you would not tell me something that wasn't true. I know that if you're loving this, I need to consider this. Like, she's had good results already, so
it has influence.
Yes. I'm like, there is influence there. So I'm just rolling with it. I'm like, Whew. And so I'm pretty excited about that. But I've got a couple of just similar going. And so they're keeping me hopping. Like I used to laugh when Brandy would be like, I'm sorry, your message just got way back down the line. And I'd be like, what? And now that's me. I told her that earlier today. I'm like, I just ate my words because I've missed some messages. Like, and I feel really bad, but I'm like, it's just packed full. And I'm pushing those videos through. I'm just like, here, I think this, what's her name? Jessica, I love her triplex video. I'm like, here it is. Here it is.
Mm-hmm.
And that's how it's rolling. And then sometimes it's just weight loss. So it's a GLP-1. I got those quick GLP-1s. It's working. So
When you did that post about the pumpkin thing,
yeah.
Did you like pick one winner? Did you pick multiple? And
I scripted out. So I don't have, like, they know how to follow up. If there was more than one that guessed it right, I did. It just depended. I mean, if they're already a customer, I'm not doing that. Like right now, I posted something similar today with my little jingle juice. I found this little Dollar Tree shot glass because I do my restore at night like that. So everybody that's commented before we got on here was they're already customers that have teams. I'm like, what are y'all doing? But it's fine. Some people tonight after work will see it. It's good. But that's how that was. So it was like, but then the message going out to all of those that didn't guess it, like, right. It just says, hey, thanks for participating in my, pumpkin thing or whatever I called it. You were so close, but here's your reward for that. So I give them basically the deals that was going on. Last month it was whatever it was. Now it's 15, we have 15% off and free shipping, December, January, so, and I signed a lot of people up that way. The senior silver that's hopping to that. I mean, she signed up a lot of people that way. Her people, she gained silvers, like so many things happened last month, obviously with that rank up, but a lot of that came from those posts we were doing. It was just a cute Dollar Tree pumpkin. I just shoved the samples down in it and went, Yeah.
I love that. That's such a good idea. I'm going to go look at your wall.
Yeah.
I want some new ideas.
A couple times. I did it. And then I waited about, I don't know, a week or so. And I'm like, you know what? That was so fun. I'm doing this again. And I had more people, and so it was just something super simple and really engaging. And so I thought everybody and all my people said, can I do that? And they used my picture at first. And then now they're doing their own thing, it was all good.
Love it.
Yeah.
I think we're not friends. I just sent you a friend request. I'm like, why do I never see Lisa's stuff?
What do you mean we're not friends?
Well, I mean,
I see you, but like, that's probably because I'm following you. Yeah.
Well, I just sent you a request. I don't know. I'm like, what? I need to see her stuff. I need to steal your stuff, babe.
Yeah.
Megan, I just now saw your eye.
I steal your stuff all the time though.
It's fine. It's totally fine.
I just pulled I think that was something that you did similar today. I just pulled my pink drink across the floor in front of my Christmas tree. And people are like vested their comment. How many times did you have to do that? Try that. I just put some fishing line and I told that I was completely by myself. I'm expecting like my kids to bow down to me today. When they get home, I'm expecting a bow down from that post because that was pretty cool. And ChatGPT like filled in the like little fun sassy thing with it. I'm like,
yeah,
so good,
awesome,
yeah, funny.
But I'm like, I'm looking at yours all the time, Angie.
So the chat, the gold chat. My goal is to help those people like do a little something. So if you guys have any ideas for helping. Maybe I need to incentivize them, or maybe I just need to ask. But one thing I have noticed that even though I have people that are working, but they're not necessarily in the chat really engaging. So I still call that a win. So not to be completely down on those people, I do feel like they are doing some things. They might not just be dancing to the tune that I'm popping in there. My eye, Abigail and I were repotting ivy because my spider plant's totally croaked after that snowstorm on my last Monday. And she had a trowel. We were like bent over, like planting the thing or getting ready to plant the things, and she like totally conked my, my I don't know, cheekbone like right next to my eye with the metal garden trowel. So it's bad. It looks okay. It looks better with makeup, but I had to tell my homeschool mom co-op group. I was like, girls, just so you know. Black eye coming right at you. I am going, okay, so I'm still hosting the 7 p.m. call. I guess I didn't throw a graphic up yet, but I'll get that popped up and I'll throw it in the chats too. So if you have people outside of your local people, Angie, you can funnel them into the chat with me. It's usually a small group, but that's okay. I've decided that's okay. We'll chat and I'll hopefully encourage them and take a little action.
In what chat did you say?
I'll just pop it in the chats. The gold, or not the gold, the graphic for tonight.
Okay.
I haven't even made it yet. I don't know where my brain is. Okay. Well, I gotta run, girls. I'll see whoever pops on at 7
This was
Central.
good. Wait, Amber, what were you going you said something and then
I was just asking about her black eye.
oh,
I didn't see what happened.
5-year-old accident.
Yeah.
Felt really
It
bad.
hurts. Like when their foreheads hit, like especially right there on your eyebrows, like, man, that's painful.
Yeah. I know.
wow.
Crazy. I think it's my first black eye, actually.
Oh dear.
Okay.
All right, girls, this is good.
See ya.
Bye.
Bye.